Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a tintype out of a picture, and this is something I learned to give things an aged look. You can use these techniques for just about any picture to make it look older or aged. What's really great about this is that there are a lot of options that you can do, and I'll go into a couple as we go. And when you look at these pictures, that's the real key. How do you reproduce something that's old? If we zoom out, we'll start right here. You'll notice there isn't very much detail. It's almost monochromatic. In fact, it is. Color really hadn't taken shape yet. So there is just one color. It's a sepia type color, which is a brownish or a tannish. You'll notice there's a lot of contrast, which means that the darks are very dark and the lights are very light. And you even lose some detail here in the bride's dress. So the first thing we have to do is we have to take away the color. Now I like to use adjustment layers in Photoshop. So I'm going to do a hue and saturation. So basically I'm going to either colorize it, which will give me that unicolor and black and white, but I make it darker, just a little bit darker. Second thing, I'm going to add the contrast. So again, with the adjustment layers, brightness, contrast, I'm just going to bump the contrast up. You'll notice now it's getting darker. And if I drop the brightness of it, I get a high contrast. I've still got a lot of detail though. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a smart filter to apply that smoothness, that lack of detail. So to apply that smart filter, it's just filter, convert for smart filters. I'm going to go back, I'm going to blur, surface blur. Okay, the surface blur. Why am I going to do a surface blur? Because I don't want details. So I'm going to do as much as I can to not make her look plastic, but at the same time get rid of any wrinkles. Okay, second step is I'm going to do a motion blur. A lot of times in these old photographs, they had to expose them for a long period of time. So there was, you'd move. So we're going to add a blur. We're going to do a motion blur. And our angle, that's a little much. 8 is a little much. So now we've added that blur to replicate an extended exposure. Okay. So now we've got this nice smoothed image. Let's go ahead and group our image. Group 1 is our bride. Group 2 is our old bride. Okay, so we're still a little colorful. We're still a little good. It still looks like a modern picture. So what would help that? What would help that is to add, like we said, the detail, the scratches. So what I'm going to do is I've got over here that you can't see it is a chalkboard, and I am going to zoom out here. Okay, and I'm going to paste in my chalkboard. There it is. We could do a couple of things. We're going to drag this underneath the hue and saturation, so we're going to lose our color on it. We're also going to use an adjustment, not an adjustment layer, but we're going to change the layer properties. We're going to try to stay around this darken, multiply, color burn, or soft light. So if we go to darken, you start to see her, but it's still too much. And here's where we just try. Here's multiply, still a little dark. Probably either overlay or soft light. Maybe soft light. Details. So let's try overlay, and let's zoom in. So we've got the age to it, a little bit of age. Now the way you can add more age to it is to add another texture. And the texture I'm going to add is a concrete texture. So, okay, I've got my concrete texture. I'm going to add that just above the bride, but just below the scratches. So I'll zoom out here. Going to have to size it. I'm going to paste it in. It comes in. Why concrete? Concrete can be very smooth. It can also give the appearance that of something that is kind of scratchy. We don't need all of it. But again, we're going to go through that whole overlay or soft light. And let's zoom in. Okay, so we went in our concrete layer, we chose soft light. In our scratches, we chose overlay. The last thing you'll notice as we look at our different photos, our prototype, what you may not see is kind of a lens vignetting. You see this more in other tintypes, but it's darker around the edges. So we're going to do that. And the way we do that is we go to the picture of our bride. We highlight the picture of our bride. So it's already converted for smart filters. All we have to do is go to Filter, Lens Correction, and we're going to add a vignette, and the amount is -100. And you noticed up around the corners it went down. We're going to drag that midpoint down just a little bit, just to miss her, hit the middle of that dress. We're going to choose, and you see it here. So we chose. We're going to choose OK, and it added a lens correction right here, and we're going to back off of that a little bit to about 85%, maybe about 65%. So we've got some, but not a lot. One other thing we can do that I'd like to show you, this is for a black and white image in the true tintype. The second way we can do this is we can add back our color. In the hue and saturation, I just chose to colorize it. I'm going to choose not to colorize it, but I'm going to take away a lot of colors. I'm going to take away my cyans. I'm going to take away my blues. I'm going to take away my yellows and reds, which will take away her skin colors. And yellows. Okay, now we've got greens. There's a lot of green in that background. We'll take that down. Okay, we've still got the magentas, which is what's left. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some colors in. Let's go ahead and add our blues and cyans back in. And we get a really cool effect, almost like a painted effect. Now if we gradually add in a little bit of red and just a hair of yellow, we almost get a hand-painted effect. And we get it in on the border as well. So let's zoom in and take a look. And so we get an almost hand-painted effect, which is a bonus of this. But we do get the aging, almost a grunge look, more of a modern grunge look. And again, you can go back and do that hue and saturation. So where did we come from? Here we are with stripping off all the layers and the lens corrections and motion blurs and surface blurs, a beautiful image of a bride that we're going to simply age.